Simeone snubs Brenda on their first date. Dessers, if he tried to shoot at 2-pack, he'd still be alive today. And it was 3-pack tonight against Aberdeen, because it ended 3-2. It's a European.
Refusal!
You like that wee intro?
I did. I think we should just end it there, because the video's not going to get any better.
Let's go back to Wednesday night, though. Wednesday night!
Wednesday
Palestinian night.
Alright for fighting. Screw Palestinian night.
Yep.
I don't want to hear that word or that country mentioned again in Fogfit, but let's just talk about the football.
Hey, Sal, did it even exist?
Let's just keep politics out of football.
Yep, so get rid of your flags, get rid of your Ukrainian flags. You know, it should only be...
There should only be one flag, right? It should be the Scottish flag. I think that's it.
There you go.
I mean, I can almost allow Rangers and Celtic the Union Jack and the tricolour, but I don't agree with it. Like, I can understand one or two, but it is a bit disheartening when you look at Celtic Park and it's full of tricolours, and you look at Ibrox and it's full of Union Jacks. It's like, I mean, I don't mind a couple mixed in with the Scottish flags, but where's your patriotism, guys? Come on.
Where's your patriotism, guys? But you know what? It dropped. It absolutely dropped.
No, but be honest. Name me another country where they show all their flags. But we've got history. We were founded. You just don't get this, right? See, in American football, you wouldn't see any American football team waving the Canadian flag. You simply wouldn't get that.
Yeah,
or the Mexican flag. They might maybe their owner's Mexican. You just wouldn't see this.
Yeah, but Scotland is British, so I mean that argument will always work. Celtic can argue they're Irish, right? Which is fair enough, right? If they really want to fucking argue it, but are they allergic to a satire? They fucking seem it. They're allergic to soap too, may I add. So, let's be real, right? I think, you know what? I think if you want to wave both, I think you should be waving both, but it's the tricolour. I mean, there's not a Scotland flag in sight at Celtic Park anytime.
I don't really see many at Ibrox either.
No, there's way more at Ibrox. No, there is.
I'm gonna
first-hand experience of way more.
I'm going to count them.
I'm not saying, there's more Scotland flags than British flags.
Second-hand experience, there's quite a few at Tynecastle. But I'm going to count them.
Hearts love their British flags as well.
What country would you say has the... What club football in Scotland? Let's say top flight, because I've not seen enough evidence of the lower leagues. But what top flight club would you say has the most flags? Now, obviously, it can't be Livingston because they only have 2 fans to wave them, so let's just not count them straight off the bat.
Most flags as in what? Of what?
Scottish flags. Is it Aberdeen?
I would say
Aberdeen.
I would say, but they like the red with the white, don't they?
Is that still not a Scotland flag?
It is, but it's like a...
Right, we said no politics and Aberdeen's talking about countries. Let's talk about the FITBA. Celtic were robbed.
No, it shouldn't be politics for the Scotland flag to be waved. No matter what side you're from, I don't give a fuck.
Aye, well, there's not many of them, is there? So,
right. Anyway, let's talk about Celtic. Let's not talk about politics. 2 each.
Rangers have more points. I think Rangers have more points in the Europa League group at the moment than they do Scotland flags and Ibrox. So, there you go.
4.
Aye. Well,
do you think Celtic have more points than they have the British flag at Parkhead?
Are you allowed a Union Jack into Celtic Park?
Here, the open to all?
No, I wonder how that works, though. I wonder how that works. Like, say you're British, you consider yourself British, but you're a Celtic fan, and that does exist because you do get British Celtic fans. What if you've got a seat and it's pretty close to the Green Brigade?
Well, if you're born in Scotland, you're British, so obviously you do.
No, but even, let's just say, forget about that, let's just say you consider yourself British. If you've got a British flag, right, and you're sitting beside the Green Brigade, like, and obviously not in their section, but you're sitting close enough for them to go, holy crap, look at him. That Hun over there, pretending to be a Celtic fan's got, did they come over and, like, take an off you and start brawling me in the stands, or?
I don't know how it works. Open to all, apparently.
Alright, well, let me spin it this way. What if an Irish Rangers fan had a tricolour at Ibrox? What would happen? And he's pretty seated close to the Rangers ultras. How would that go down?
I wouldn't like to know how that goes down. Yeah, but you know what? Weirder things have happened.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever...
I've seen people on Twitter, Irish Unionists. I
tell you what, I think I have seen a Union Jack at Celtic Park. I don't think I've ever seen it.
End?
No, I don't know. I think I have seen... I think I've seen a Union Jack before at Celtic Park, but I don't think I've ever seen a tricolour at Ibrox. But can we stop talking about flags now? Let's get into the action.
Aye, let's.
I really want to talk about how 2 of the Scottish teams were robbed.
Alright, let's talk about the first one. I mean, you know what?
It's not like a joke. It's like an Irishman, a Britishman, and a Scottishman walked into a bar. I feel like that's what's coming up here with this Rangers Celtic.
Is the sheep
Aberdeen
coming in as well?
Nah, they got slaughtered tonight. They got put down.
They got
anyway. Let's talk about Wednesday night here. Diego Simeone came out and says that he didn't shake hands because he believes it's fake and he doesn't like to do that in the heat of the moment. Like, why would he want to shake opposition hand's manager when they've just played a match? Why would he shake his hand 2 seconds later when that was his enemy during the game? What's your thoughts on that before we talk about
I like that. That's like going to war. I like that attitude.
I agree as well. It's like seeing I remember Arsenal playing United back in the day. I don't recall Roy Keane and Vieira shaking hands after the match.
You know what?
Maybe throwing fists after the match.
You need that in football.
And I think Diego Simeone, I think he's like one of the old school.
He is, but you know what? He encourages like play acting. I don't like that. I get it, right? Time wasting that can help you.
Well,
win games.
it's like wholemeal bread, isn't it? Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. But you know what? Like people said, he treated Brendan Rodgers with so much disrespect there. Well, you know what? If he doesn't want a handshake because of what you just said, then he's entitled to do it.
I would actually argue that he treated Brendan Rodgers with respect because he still made a slight attempt, and he did give him a half handshake. Right. He could have just completely blew him away.
He gave him a wee bit of an embrace.
Like a fist pump kind of thing.
Aye.
Not a full handshake, but he touched him.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Brendan Rodgers enjoyed it.
I actually agree with that. I mean, seeing a rivalry, I don't think the Old Firm manager should really be shaking hands.
Well, remember that time Lennon and McCoy tried to shake hands and then it turned a wee bit nasty?
There was a bit of glue on their fucking hands.
Maybe the best thing would have been for them to not do a handshake.
No, I think in a game like that, there shouldn't be. Like, I think Barry Robson shouldn't be shaking the pack. You get fucking screwed.
Like, see if Scotland get robbed. I mean, the last thing I want is to be shaking hands with the cheaters that have cost us. Like, but yeah, let's talk.
See when Neil Lennon got wiped out by the coin. Who was Hearts manager then? Ian Cathro. Did he walk over and Lennon was on the ground and fucking try and find his hand?
No, Ian Cathro would have probably picked up the coin because he knew he was going to be at work forever after that fucking shite performance at Hearts and he wasn't going to get paid again. So he's like, yeah, see that £1 coin? That'll do me.
Every penny counts.
Straight in the piggy bank. Right, let's talk about it. I mean, come on. I told you we should have ended this after the intro. It's been downhill, 7 minutes in.
Right, let's talk about it. Celtic. Furuhashi, great goal.
Yeah, good goal. I mean, Furuhashi, I know it's only 2 goals, but it's back-to-back goals and he went from blanking last year in the Champions League to scoring back-to-back goals against 2 really good sides. So for me, Kyogo, we knew he could do it domestically. We all know he's a great player. He is the best striker in Scotland by a country mile. No one comes close.
No.
And now he's beginning to do it, not just in Europe, but he's beginning to do it in the top competition that European football has to offer.
And this is what will get him the move, I think.
Yeah, I don't see people that are saying, oh no, he's done, he's too old. Like, wind your fucking necks in, right? I agree. Like, it's not ideal, okay? I mean, if a club was buying Kyogo, ideally they would like to rewind his years back by like 5 years. I accept that. But at the age of 28, the guy's not done.
No.
A Premier League club could come in, give him a 4-year contract,
and they're
getting 4 great years out of him.
Yeah.
And then at 32 you can still go.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's like saying Bayern Munich shouldn't have signed Kane. Oh, Kane's done.
No, but let's be real, right? Maybe you could argue there'll be no selling value, but it's not like they're going to be splashing 60 million on Kyogo. We're looking at like 20 million here, maybe a bit more, but no more than 30.
Plus, let's be honest. See, big clubs they don't really look for selling value. No. The smart ones do. Like the German clubs tend to have like the sell. They're trying to think of players that they can sell on. But I mean, obviously Celtic want a sell-on fee, and they might not get that much in the end because after he might not get like 2 big moves. But the club who buys Kyogo, they will be buying him for the present. They're not really buying him for the future.
Well, let's just look at the top teams in England. Are you trying to tell me Kyogo couldn't get a spot on the bench ahead of Nketiah? He couldn't get in. I mean, he couldn't get ahead of Martial at United.
I would have Kyogo up front for Arsenal. Yeah. I would have him up for every day of the week.
Well, there you go.
So,
and you know what? Even if he doesn't start for Arsenal, I mean, I would probably prefer Jesus. But here,
what
like you can play Jesus on the right if you're going to drop. Well, you
could you imagine?
Rotation.
Imagine having a fresh Kyogo coming on though. No, when the players are tired and the game's getting dragged out.
No, that's the thing for Tottenham.
The game's getting stretched.
Tottenham are in a title fight, right? I think they will be, and they've really got no more options up front. They're very light if they get injured.
I was shocked Ange never bought Kyogo.
I think he could go for him in January.
I think that'd be smart. Even if it's the backup striker, I just think the Premier League, when the game's getting stretched towards the end and defenders are tired, you're bringing on Kyogo. It would be a good option for Spurs and Ange to have. But at the moment, Kyogo Celtic have him. You want to say something?
I was going to say let's move on because Greg Taylor gave away a penalty, but we didn't think it was a penalty.
Did he give away a penalty? That's the thing. I didn't see nothing in this. I mean, I think you should at least have to be making an attempted tackle to have a penalty given against you. This is just two players running in the same direction, and there's a little tangle of legs. There's a little bit of contact. The Atletico player goes down, and the penalty's given. This is not a tackle. It's not an attempted tackle by Taylor. It's not a penalty.
No, it's not.
It's not.
And you know what? Joe Hart actually saves the penalty, and Griezmann gets the tap in. I thought Atletico were actually quite poor. Well, they were poor in the first half. I thought Celtic were really good. Palmer, great goal. You know what? Why Michael Beale thought this guy wasn't good enough for Rangers? What in the fuck is Michael Beale all about?
No, I thought Palmer's shot took a slight deflection.
No, I don't care if it did. You know what? The guy has stepped up and scored. He scored against Lazio, right? I know it was offside.
Important winner against Motherwell.
Yep. Equaliser.
Winner.
Was it an equaliser?
They were never behind.
Oh, well, it made them go 1-0.
Same. Well, I don't know.
Then it went 1 each.
He scored one of the goals.
Point is, right, the guy has scored crucial goals. And this, you know what, it was fairly offside.
But tell you what, his first couple of appearances, he didn't look that good.
Here he is, right, scoring back. Yeah, he didn't score in this Lazio game, but he basically did, you know what I mean? He scored here. Guy's proven himself here already at the highest level. And Michael Beale fucking thought he wasn't good enough in a team that's got no fucking wingers.
I think he could make a case that he's broke into Celtic starting 11 now. Even when Abada comes back, I think he can make a case for starting Palmer.
Yep.
Now, I'm not sure.
Well, Abada come back, though. That is...
that's debatable. We get into the second half. Atletico score. Morata, good header. Could Celtic have done better defensively, possibly?
I don't think so. You know what? I thought the cross for Llorente was brilliant. It completely took everyone off guard.
What do you make of Morata?
I think he's pish.
I was never a big fan of him.
He's alright, but...
Never, Juventus, Chelsea, he never really impressed
me. I think up front for Atletico, when you've got Griezmann, Depay was out injured, he sticks it like a bit of a sore thumb. I think he's nowhere near those two. Nowhere near.
Was it the Big Scottish Football Podcast that said when they look at the Spain team and they just see Morata up front, they're thinking, is this the best Spain have to offer?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's what I feel about Morata, like... I mean, he's an alright striker, but you wouldn't think he is the best that a top nation has to offer.
No.
But he was good enough to score against Celtic and get Atletico back on track for a draw. Celtic then, they were great in the first half, couldn't really keep up in the second half. DePaul gets sent off for 2 yellows. Then Celtic went on the offensive. They tried to get a 3-2 win. They tried to nick a winner. It did not happen. We had, apparently, Scales was fouled. Apparently it was a pretty clear penalty and the referee ended up giving a free kick to Atletico. I've only seen it once, so I can't really comment. At the time, I just thought, I didn't think there should be anything given.
No.
At the time, I just thought it was like two players jostling for the ball. But of course, like 9 times out of 10, they will favour the defender. And if it's a goalkeeper, then they'll favour him 100% of the time. So I just thought it was nothing. I don't think anything should have been given. But apparently, Scales should have had a penalty.
Yep.
Have you seen?
I've seen. I think, like you said, I think it should just been play on. Nothing should be given for that. It happens. Those situations should always be play on for me. But Celtic, for me, they should have. I think they should have pushed for this a bit more. This was crucial for them to win. I'm not going to take away from the performance, though. You know what? I've buried Rodgers this season. Said he's nowhere near Ange. For me, this was their best Champions League performance over the past 2 seasons. I think
Better than Madrid one.
They could be 3-0.
Aye, but first half they were on fire, like.
Aye, first half here they were actually beating Atletico and they got shafted with a pish.
So what you're saying Brendan Rodgers is better than Ange Postecoglou?
I'm not saying he's better, but this for me was better. Here, would you not? Right, I know they've drew us 2 each, but I'd say beating Atletico Madrid 2-1 is better than going. Was it 0-0 in against Real Madrid?
As that guy on BBC Scotland once said, is it over? Scottish title.
Yeah, I've said it was over. Since the 4th of September or whatever it was.
Is Celtic's Champions League hopes over?
Yeah, they needed to win.
3rd place?
Here, what I would say is...
The Feyenoord result has humped them.
No, but they need Feyenoord to beat Lazio now.
Yeah, I think they need to hope that... The goal was to try and beat Feyenoord to 3rd. Now the goal has to try and beat Lazio to 3rd.
Yep. That is the problem. Only one more home game. You know what? I think I think they could.
They're going to need a win in their next 2 away games. They're going to need at least one win.
They're not going to get against Madrid, but they could get. Lazio are not that good. You know what? If they play similar to what they did in the first half here against Lazio away, I think they'll win. Good chance. I mean, they beat Lazio not too long ago, but I don't really give them a chance in Madrid.
I tell you what, though, I'll say I don't think they're going to get to the last game mathematically by a chance, but I think if Celtic get to the last game and they need a win, I think they'll get it. But I think by the time they get to the last game, they'll already be eliminated. So.
Me too, but I think for the coefficient's sake, they will get that win. But here, you know what? I think it's actually, a lot of them said take a draw for the game. I think you'll be raging then get the win.
I don't. The draw just doesn't seem that good a result after Feyenoord beat Lazio.
You know what? On paper, a draw against Atletico Madrid's brilliant. It is.
If Lazio beat Feyenoord, I think you'd be looking at us a lot more positively.
Yeah, but it never happened, sadly.
Shite.
And plus, that game happened way before this, so they knew about it.
Yeah, they knew the result, so I mean, it is what it is.
Anyway, Thursday nights.
10 years now for a Champions League win?
Aye, something like that.
Sort it out, Celtic. Sort it out, Brendan.
Home win.
Home. No, when was last time? No, I think it's in general.
No, it's definitely a home win. They beat Anderlecht 6 years ago.
Did they actually?
Yeah.
Well,
even then, 6 years ago is not.
Still fucking shite, isn't it? Like?
Yep, but talking of shite, let's move to Thursday night. Rangers. Sporting Prague. You know what? It's the best result of the week, but it was like the worst performance I've ever seen.
No,
maybe not that bad. The first 70 minutes.
If you go back and look at the group predictions, I did say this was going to be a tight group.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to be clear cut. It wasn't just going to be Real Betis and Rangers running in to the first two spots. Now, at the time, I did confuse Lissimo for a different team. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
But my prediction has been right.
Even if you thought they were the other team, would they really have done a good start? I mean, probably a bit similar, wouldn't it? Although beating Rangers. So.
Well, they have 1 win, really, 2 defeats. Although
they've been close.
It's 2 narrow defeats. So.
Oh yeah, but you know what? This game was awful. It's mad though. Like a change of manager and people are like almost like not making a big deal out of this. Now, the last 20 minutes was good. I think.
Rangers, I think if this was Michael Beale, people would be furious.
Yeah, that just shows you though.
They wouldn't be calling it a great. There wouldn't be a great result. That's for sure.
People have said if Beale was in charge, he probably would have lost this. Right? Would they have?
Why would Beale have made Butland all of a sudden not be a good shot stopper?
If someone said
would John Souttar have stopped making great tackles and blocks because Beale's the manager?
Now what I would say is right, maybe better game management for Clement in the last 20 minutes made us play better. Right, I can accept that, but whether it was Beale or Clement, see that first half,
shite.
Yeah, it just felt like if it was worse. I think the first half in this
That's
game...
probably worse than any performance Rangers have done this season.
I think the first half was way worse than Aris Lamassoure, which was...
We can't blame Beale in that.
No, he wasn't in charge in either of them.
So
he's left us with these shite players.
I would argue Rangers' worst 2 performances this season so far are without Beale at the club.
Yeah.
Beale's only European performance was the win against Betis.
It's not bad.
So let's cut the... I mean...
Although it was pretty shite.
There were some people voting for him to be the worst Rangers manager of all time. Let's calm the jets. I did say that out of that 4 on the option, he was the best. And I stand by that. I don't give a fuck if McCoy's...
Stand by me, buddy.
I don't care if McCoy's won a couple of league titles. But I tell you what, the Rangers won't be winning any European titles playing like this.
He won the Petrol Cup, didn't he? As
soon as Dessers went off, all of a sudden, Rangers start looking like a team that could do something in attack. Now, people are saying, why are you blaming Dessers? I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying it's not his fault. He was getting he wasn't being supplied by the midfield, etc.
Yeah, he was.
So did the midfield just start supplying balls forward when Dessers got took off? Maybe Dessers isn't making the movement. Maybe he's not making the runs. Maybe he's not holding up the ball.
What about when Cantwell nutmegged 2 players, right? Then chipped it over the top for Dessers, and Dessers looked at it like it was a big bag of shite.
Do you think Scott Wright coming on gave Danilo more options than Cantwell did?
How many counter-attacks did the ball go to Dessers, and he couldn't get it away from him quick enough? He wanted nothing to do with it. He's like, fuck this. I'm not grabbing this game by the scruff of the neck.
And Rangers bringing on Scott Wright, it's like they could have been bringing on Sakala tonight.
Palmer.
And I'm not saying Sakala's fantastic, but he fucking tried, right? And he did have really good moments.
I think Seaman and Sakala are pretty similar, and I think them two either side could do something.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
But you know what? It ended 0-0. Good result. I'm not going to say it's great. I mean, Sparta Prague are not that good.
No, they're not.
No, let's be real, right? They had as many chances as like PSV did at home did, but PSV's got the
clinical
quality.
and obviously took theirs. And
And that's the difference at this.
But let's be honest, Sparta should have won, especially that chance at the end. Great opportunity.
Connor Goldson again, shot a shite.
Yeah, and the guy just misplaced his pass when it would have been a tap-in. I mean, Butland did play well, but I thought Suter was the man of the match for me. I would give it to
Ben
Suter.
Davies was alright. Goldson was shite.
Yeah, Goldson wasn't great. Tav defensively was very poor, and he didn't really offer that much going forward.
Yeah, an alright free kick.
So yeah, Tav, I don't know, it wasn't a great game for him tonight, but I mean, people always say the left-hand side, right, is Rangers' weakest side. I don't know. I think you can make a case for the right-hand side. I tell you what, when they conceded that goal last year against Frankfurt in the final, that came for the right. So.
Aye, it did, but I mean, it was Goldson's fault, so.
Well, I'm just saying it came for the right.
That was Goldson's fault. He could have cleared it. Anyway, let's go up to Pataudry. Aberdeen 2, Pack 3.
This wasn't Goldson's fault. It was
Nope.
the referee's fault. It was VAR's fault. Everyone's fault, but Aberdeen's fault, to be fair.
Yeah, shaft it. I mean, Aberdeen go 2-0 up. 2 great goals, I think. Well, I say great goals. I mean, they were good goals. They were good goals. Pavara getting his second goal of the competition. Miowski, again, I believe it's his second goal as well. You know what? They're competing in every game. They're scoring, but they need it to win.
It's similar to Celtic. You know, they've been in every game. Could have got results in every game, but have only got a point after 3. And a point after 3 isn't enough.
I think there's got to be a bit of game management here. I think at 2-0 the game is very open. The game doesn't need to be open. Aberdeen should be sitting deep.
Is that the difference between a Barry Robson and a...
Michael Beale? No, it's not. No, I think with 20 minutes to go, Aberdeen shouldn't be going for the third. They should be accepting, right, we're 2-0 up here. Let's let them come on to us.
I reckon Davy Martindale would have seen it out for 2-0.
Yeah. No, they should have.
He'd have just got all the big men like Joe Newbley play centre-back.
Yeah, but let's be it. They've 2 good goals for Aberdeen. Pack's first. I don't know what he's doing, slipping.
Well, he slipped. At first, I thought he made a horrible slide tackle, but he did slip, so I'll let my way with it. Second goal was just Johnny Hayes.
Being shite.
I mean, I don't know if he's still got allegiance.
Cammy Hayes took your grandson.
I don't know if he's still got allegiances to Celtic or whatnot, and he wanted to screw Aberdeen tonight, but he kind of did. I mean, he gets on all fours to try and head the ball away. Doesn't even manage to really connect. The ball then breaks through, and then he gets the last touch on it, deflected shot in the back of the net. And you're like, it's not a Johnny Hayes own goal, but the last touch did come off Johnny Hayes. And then the last goal, I mean, to get that penalty when it's a debatable penalty, and then you factor in that VARs gave this debatable penalty when VAR didn't even check a Stonewall penalty like 10 minutes ago that would have restored Aberdeen's 2-goal lead. It's shambolic. And they can't help feel cheated tonight. And, I just don't really like Pack. I'm not a big fan of Greek clubs. Never really liked Greek clubs. And I just, the fans spitting in the camera as well. Fuck that. Just disgusting, manky behaviour. Really wanted Aberdeen to win tonight and they didn't do it. So, disappointed. Coefficient as well. This would have been a big victory for Scotland. Would have got us, I believe, what's it, like 400, something like that. I can't remember, but you get a decent amount of points for a win. And Aberdeen should have got it. Didn't even get a draw in the end. Very disappointing.
I just don't even get why the penalty. Why check one but not the other?
It's a screw job mentality for me. Like it's
neither on the eye was clear. So why is one getting checked over the other? I just don't get
and
it.
there was a lot more claim for the Aberdeen one.
Yeah, not one person was claiming for this Pack one.
Didn't even know there was a check being done until they were before the game was about to finish, and they're like, "Oh, we're checking it."
I just don't get it. I really don't. Like, you can't... With Fiat, what the fuck are they... And you know what? I actually think in terms of just the league, I think VAR's not been that bad this season. I think it's England and Europe that's been fucking shite. Would you agree with that?
Aye, but...
I can't really think of too many examples in the league, but here, it goes across the board. It's all shite.
Celtic Rangers, Dessers.
No, that was bad, but, I mean, it seems like it's every week in England. I mean, I'm pretty sure Aberdeen St Mirren, there was a few questionable fucking decisions in that game. But anyway...
Celtic not get a goal, it was offside.
I can't remember, did they?
What, Kilmarnock? That should have been although they claimed that was the rules.
No,
not
actually, no,
VAR,
that was
That's
looking back.
bullshit.
No, looking at that was alright. That goal.
No, I don't agree with the rules. I think that's bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, but it's the rules, isn't it?
I don't care.
Change the fucking
rules. I mean, he was interfering with players.
Anyway,
so.
who got the result of the week? I'm going to go for Rangers.
Actually?
Yeah, the draw for Celtic does fuck all.
So a draw for Rangers against Sparta is a better result than a draw for Celtic against Atletico.
In the large scheme of things, it absolutely is. I mean, it's like... Here, Celtic, much better performance. I mean, a draw against Atletico on paper is fucking phenomenal compared to a shitey 0-0.
So we're basing it on the context of where they are in the group and what it does from
Yeah,
going forward.
that's what I'm basing it on. You can base it on.
Fair enough. I'll give the result of the week.
Yeah, but I'm not delusional. Celtic are much better than Rangers, and if Rangers went up against Atletico Madrid, I don't know what it would have been.
I'll give Rangers the result, but they're not getting the performance of the week. Absolutely fucking not.
No. The 6 teams are the worst.
Aye. Well, Pack didn't really offer much either, to be fair.
They scored 3 goals, though.
3 more than Rangers.
No. I know Rangers had 12 shots, right? But Rangers could have played.
But how many of them were good? How many of them really had chance to? I mean, how many of them were clear cut?
I can't remember.
The only one I thought was going to go in was the Danilo one. Oh no, wait, I'm lying. There was a decent shot. I think it was Raskin or Cantwell. Goalkeeper made a good stop.
Can't necessarily remember,
Dive
guys.
safe.
But that's us done for the European Review Show. Coefficient, so what are we sitting on?
I don't even want to check, right, guys, but the coefficients are bad.
We're sitting on 3 draws and a win.
And for all these people that don't like to see Scottish teams in Europe, you don't want to support Scottish teams in Europe, then don't worry, because you're not going to have that many.
Let's put it this way.
You're not going to have that many to support in a few years' time.
We're on 3 draws and a win.
We'll be back to 1.
And we've got 3 games to go for each team. I think it can only really get better. Because Rangers got 2 games at Ibrox. For Aberdeen, though, they've got 2 away games and then at home to Frankfurt, so I think that almost
3
says...
defeats.
Yeah, and then Celtic...
2 away games.
And I think they will beat Feyenoord. I think they will.
Could be a meaningless game that doesn't really matter, and they could be resting players after that, so you don't actually know.
What I would say, I think you're guaranteed a Rangers win against Aris Lamasol.
Well... I don't know,
What's Big Phil got in his big bag of fucking tricks? I don't know, guys. But anyway, that's it for the review show. Closing thoughts. Hit me with it. Hearts at Portobello.
The two teams that played well midweek didn't get the result they deserved, and the team that were shite were fortunate to get a point. So
that's his closing thoughts, guys. The Jambos were doing at Portobello Beach, enjoying Storm Babbitt. But until then, peace.